Welcome to another episode of the KB article. Chad Brown here doing a solo today without my partner, Kyle Kinsler. Just wanted to talk about scaling a business and following the steps necessary to get there. So many times, and I've experienced it even recently, in our business, the accounting, tax credit world, there's so many folks out there that are um, promoting their business and tax strategies and all of these things, and that's a very appealing topic, right? uh, to any business owner. So they talk to these individuals, they sign up, and then unfortunately what's happening, I've talked to a number of them over the last several weeks, is they're not able to deliver what they promise. So it's important that, as entrepreneurs, we're kind of go, go, go. But if you really want to scale and do it right, you need to follow the steps and try not to skip any. And what I mean by steps is, you know, you have to figure out what problem your product is going to solve. Go out and talk to that audience, but and do the marketing just like in normal any sales, right? You have to go out and be visible, be um, social media, networking events, those sorts of things to generate attention for your business. When the business starts coming in, then you have to contract the business, then you have to do the fulfillment. We're so many times though, as entrepreneurs, or if we're just new getting into business, we say we're good at this and we're going to go after this, and we do. And the audience takes to it. We're getting the attention, and folks are excited about the product or service offering that you're giving, and you're signing these contracts up, and then we're like, oh no, we have to fulfill this work, and we're not able to, whether we don't have the systems and processes in place or the human capital to actually perform the work. So what happens is you end up not honoring your commitments to a lot of clients because you contracted to do a certain level of work. Now you can't deliver on that or by a certain amount of time. So um, what do you do? Well, it's important. And let me just go back a little bit. I've done this as well. In my businesses, we have uh, grown very, very quickly and come to a point where, we're offering a new line of service or service offering to clients, very appealing to the marketplace. We're able to generate a lot of clients right away. And then a couple things happen within the business. We had to let a key person go. Um, other areas of the business started picking up, and we just didn't have the level of service or the human capital to fulfill the work. And ultimately, we lost some clients and got some bad taste in their mouth, and that's not right to do, but it happens. It happens. I mean, as you scale, you're going to grow and like, oh, well, let's put the brakes on. So that's what we did. So what did we do? We went back to the drawing board and kind of laid out what was falling through the cracks. What could we handle in terms of workload? And then we built CRM systems and project management systems and a lot of things to track um, that work, to keep us systemized and processed to make sure everything was getting done and we knew what we had. We also established a network of outsource partners. Now, some of those may be international and some are local to our area, but we've outsourced some of the work. So now we have capacity to fill. And I always said I didn't want to be in that position again and feel like I did, because I felt like I let the clients down. And I did. We did. But we have to own that. And I said, I never want to be in a position again where we feel like we cannot service a client based on the commitments we have made. So that's kind of what we did. We try to keep our capacity and we monitor that at about 70% for our folks. The other 30% is still productive time, learning, training, continuing ed, those sorts of things. So Anyway, in business, you have an idea or a service or product that is going to solve somebody's problem. You develop that product and you put it out into the universe. You start getting attention, business comes in. You need to make sure you have the processes in place to fulfill that, because ultimately, a couple of things. One, if you want to retain that client, right, you have to continue to provide that value in a timely manner. Um, they say in business, it's easier and cheaper to keep the customers you have than it is to get new ones. So once you get a customer, it's very valuable to hold on to them, not just from a economic standpoint, um, but just from a pure value proposition. Do what you say you're going to do. So to me, making sure you have that processes and systems in place. So once you get going, you get attention, you start generating traffic, and you see the flood of business coming in. You might need to put on the brakes a little bit, make sure your systems and processes in place, make sure you can handle that. And then before you turn the gas back up. And then as the gas grows, you get more clients, you're able to service and handle those. You're going to run into other challenges, other obstacles, and you're going to have to address. You pull the brakes on a little bit, you build those systems, processes out, then you turn the gas back on. Very important if you want to scale your business properly and have a long standing, reputable business in the marketplace. So one other thing that's happening in our space is the workers. There's so many gig workers now. A lot of the folks that would normally come in and work within our bookkeeping, accounting, tax strategy businesses are they're kind of moonlighting. They're doing more outsourced work. So it's hard to get employees internally in some capacities, and it's an industry-wide thing for us. I know it's impacting other industries. But so everybody's got the gig economy. They're working from home. They're doing bookkeeping or accounting from home remotely. COVID kind of changed the whole dynamic. So a lot of these folks that were working inside the four walls within firms removed themselves, got comfortable working from home, said, hey, I can do this myself. So what do? We've got to leverage that. We have to go where the talent is. We have to adapt our system. So we've done that, and we're able to adapt and bring people in to work on our team as outsourced contractors. They do the work. In many cases, they communicate with the clients. In a lot of cases, they just do the work. We communicate with the clients, and we have contracts with them that protect both sides. They may have other clients that they work on, and that's okay as long as we know what's in space. So part of scaling, you may have to set up these outsourced networks that allow you to continue to grow, continue to get the work done while you're still trying to hire internally. It may be somewhat difficult. So having those things in place. One of the best things that we have done in our business is having a CRM system. Okay. And I'll be honest with you, our CRM system isn't great because we haven't, myself, kind of built it out the way we wanted. The team that built it did a phenomenal job. It's kind of phase one. Okay. There's going to be multiple phases coming that we can add to and add increased efficiencies, communication, tracking, project management, all of it in one space. So that's huge time saver, just keeping track and organizing. So I can look at it and see where we're at, stages, where we're at in different projects while my project team is actually working them. I can kind of keep a view on it. So that's a very important piece to scaling, because now you're going to have to remove yourself from the work and be able to monitor. So the easier it is to monitor and keep track of projects and leads and all of that, and keep your arms kind of wrapped around it, is very important. So CRM is huge. We've also invested a ton of dollars into how do we make things more efficient from a technology standpoint, from a work environment standpoint. What do we have at our desk? What technologies do we need? So we've made investments there and invested in some technology that really speeds up the process for us in, some of our tax planning work, our tax strategy, those sorts of things, as well as making improvements to our tax software that we utilize. So, and training our team to be very efficient and mindful of the minutes. Okay. No wasted time. This is what we try to achieve. So systems and efficiencies, if you're continuing to look at that, are it's key. So again, I just want to jump on and share a little bit of our story. But in order to scale, you can't just sell, right? You've got to be able to fulfill. And if you can sell, but you're not fulfilling, you're not going to keep those clients long. Word of mouth is going to spread. It's going to impact your business negatively. Um, don't be afraid to sell and kind of extend yourself a little bit, but always be aware of the fulfillment. Don't get so big or grow so fast or take on so many clients at once that you cannot meet your obligations, because in the end it's going to hurt you. It really is. So take it from me. I've been there, got smacked around, took those punches and those licks. Hopefully this will help some of you guys save a little bit of the frustration and time, but build out your plan, know where you're going, and know along the way you're going to have to pull the brakes on. Build systems and processes, get that running, push the gas down a little bit harder, go again. And other obstacles, other challenges are going to present themselves. Pull the brakes back, systems, processes, people, and then do it again. And eventually you'll scale up. So, hey, appreciate you guys listening. The KB article, we just want to bring some value to our listeners to enhance their growth and financial well-being, whether that be individual, small businesses that we service. So appreciate you guys listening. If you would, the more you share, the more people see this, the more people we can help. So if you'd like, share, we'd appreciate all of that. Till next time, take care.